Hey, welcome. This is another video of my project where I'm talking and building my old Lego. And as you can see, today we're going to do trains again. To be precisely, we're going to do a set from 91. That was the beginning of the 9-volt system. It's set 4536. And it's bearing the name Blue Hopper Car. Makes sense. It's blue and it's a hopper car. I didn't know that term hopper car. Obviously, that's the name of such a type of a train wagon, mostly transporting grain or stones or sand or things like that. As I mentioned, the set was released in 91, and let's take a quick look at the catalog from that year. Yes, maybe I can do it like this. And as I mentioned before in the previous videos, 91 was the start of the 9-volt era, the 9-volt system. And there we have our blue hopper car. And it's there represented in that picture. So let's start. So this set is quite bluish. It's also already obvious with the name. And I think first we're going to build some kind of like a platform or like a place where you can store the goods that are supposed to go in the car. And by the way, as you can see, I moved again things. I have the bricks now on the left side of me. I'm just checking all the compositions on all the cameras, and I found out that maybe the bricks on the right side of me is a more interesting composition. And in this case, there's a track, so I was thinking, okay, I put maybe the track in front of me, and then when the wagon is ready, I can put it there, roll it around a bit. All right, it's already. Yes, it's a kind of a platform with a fence around it to keep the goods inside. But the fence is not totally around it, so I don't know what is the purpose of the fence. But by the way, there's another one, a very yellow, very yellow piece again. We talked already a couple of times about this situation with that the whites are always or often having this issue. Although I know that this is a way older brick, and you can see that because they are slightly different on the downside, on the open studs, how you call it, on the bottom. The one has little holes in the studs, and the other one has is closed. So that's how you know that the one with the closed holes is the closed studs is it's older. That's also how I try to figure out from the newer sets which bricks belong there. But in this case I only had 3 of these newer versions, you know, of the newer mold version. As I understand, they're constantly updating bricks, like they're improving the brick itself, and mostly you cannot really see it on the first look, but then when you look closer you can see that they slightly change all the time, and I guess it's always like a kind of improvement. Yes, and now there's like a bit like there's one in yellow, quite yellow, but that's just how it is. Yes, so now the camera is again a bit different. This camera is now a bit angled. I was thinking that's maybe nicer if I'm building, then I think you have a nicer perspective on what I'm doing here. And yes, as already know, I try constantly to find better settings and better positions of the camera, and then I get slowly more and more to something satisfying. Oh, and now I have to put a lot of these little ones here. So it's possible that I'm missing one of the little round bricks. I mean, I just don't see it yet, and it's yellow, so it should already be there. No, nothing yellow yet. This is a bit repeating this. Okay. That's a platform with one yellow one missing. The problem of those ones is that they very easily were rolling away. So let's just continue building, and maybe it's just showing up somewhere or not. All right, so maybe we can connect this one. I think it's supposed to be connected to the tracks like this. Yeah. Let's do it a bit nicer for the other camera also. Let's put it a bit like here. I think this is nice. It's for this camera a bit not in the middle, but so we're going to build now the real wagon. The real thing. Oh. By the way, these are these magnets. These typically Lego train magnets. And I just talked to my cousin recently, and he reminded me about the time when we were young, and we went to this theme park. And I think in a lot of theme parks you have this pools or fountains somewhere, and for some reason everyone is throwing coins in it. And I don't know how we came to this idea. I think I came to this idea and he was executing it. And we brought some of these magnets, and they have a little hole in the front, so we put a rope in it. And I think he was very keen on getting those coins out of the fountains to make some money. And I think on some point he was then starting asking people in the park, in the theme park, like people that were passing, if they could throw some of their coins in the water, and then he could just get it out, like a kind of attraction, like a kind of trick. And actually it worked, because some people, I think they did it, but then at some point I think the security of the park approached us, and I think then we were kind of like not allowed to continue this kind of entertaining activity for the park visitors. So, but it's funny because I never thought about this anymore. But then, because I briefly talked to my cousin about this project, and then suddenly he came up with this story again of when we were young, and we went there. Like, I think we went there with my grandmother, and it was like a day trip, going to a theme park together. And then we bought a set of Lego train magnets. Yeah. But I never got this thing why people in these theme parks, why there's always this fountain or piece of water where people just throw coins in. I don't know, it's like brings some luck or something, but it's mostly also not really written or something. It's just like someone starts doing this, and then everyone is just starting throwing these coins in it, and it's always a bit like, why? But yes. And that's with Lego. You always have this. You always have these memories about it. I mean, this is not really related to the Lego itself. We just used those magnets for another purpose. But it was funny when you think about it. Yeah. It's quite an interesting construction here I'm building. And I think I know already what it is about. It's a kind of like a opening to drop the goods out of the car from the bottom. Okay. And then the wheels go there. Oh. This time they don't ask us to start with the wheels like this, like in the Octon thing. That was a bit like a interesting thing that they asked to put the wheels straight up. All right, then we flip it like this. So yeah, I remember that I bought this set, and I really like this set. I remember when I was young. Ah, look what I found here. The yellow piece. That's crazy, because I didn't see it anymore, but it was really somehow just really good hidden behind one of these bigger blue bricks. But nice. So then the set is still complete till now. I mean, I'm always checking on the start, I'm always checking if everything is complete. But yeah, it's still possible then, of course, to still oversee something. Yes, I really like this set. But of course, with this kind of train wagons, it's always nice when you have like a bunch of them, like what you also see in model train layouts, they always have like 20 of the same wagon. And I saw on the internet that some guys or girls, they bought like, or they created way more of them with different colors also. So that's funny. You can just on sites like Bricklink, you can just order the specific bricks, and you can of course then change the color to another color. But yeah. Oh, this one is wrong. Yes, and then there's this thing with this little leather pieces. So So I washed all the bricks, but and mostly everything was fine, but those leather pieces are, I think they are from a different kind of plastic, because they got quite, the edges got all like, I don't know, white or something. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how close I can go to the cameras, but maybe you can see it, that the edges are a bit, a very, very weird thing to see. I feel the plastic is a bit softer, maybe because then they don't break, because of course that piece is a bit like, if it would be really stiff plastic, it would easily break probably. So maybe the plastic is a bit softer, and that's why it got damaged a bit in the washing machine, but not that much damage. I mean, I can still use it, but it looks a bit. It looks a bit like it had a tough life. Let's say it like this. Yes, but on some point when I just see that there are some bricks that really need to be replaced, you know, I will maybe make a list or something, and then on one point I will just order those pieces again, like in a better shape. But of course, there's no rush for that. I can still do that on a later time. Oh, I'm skipping one thing here. And if I don't do that now, then I cannot put the next step. Or if I don't do it in the right order, then I cannot put those blue pieces anymore here. So, and as I understood, this set was only available 2 years. So after 2 years, it was already not in the catalog anymore. I don't know why, because actually it's a nice set. So I also don't understand this whole thing. Like, it's not really clear to me why some sets are available for a long time and some sets they just disappear. I guess it always has to do with how popular they are. But I think there are also examples of Lego sets that were super popular and just only were available for maybe 2 or 3 years. I think this is the case with this famous monorail set, the airport shuttle, which I have and which we are going to build on some point quite soon. And it's it got a super, like a collector's item, like a lot of people want to have it, and it got quite expensive, this set, if you still buy it like used from somewhere, you know. Moment, I have to focus a bit now. The sets get always a bit more complicated now, the more videos I make. And now I have to be a bit careful. Sometimes, yeah, I have to focus really good to not make mistakes here. Yes, this monorail set, I think it was only available for 2 or 3 years. And fortunately, I was able to buy it. And I even bought also like an expansion set. Twice I bought an expansion set for the tracks, which because those tracks, especially those tracks, they got quite expensive now if you want to find them somewhere on the internet. So yes, but of course I'm looking very forward to build that set. because it's also quite an iconic set, I think, for Lego. This monorail was a system, I think it was introduced in the late 80s. And it only existed maybe till, I guess, 95, 96. Because then, so there was a space set. It was introduced in a space set, a Lego space set. I think it was 88 or something. And then in 1990, this airport shuttle was released. And I think after there were two more space sets again with this monorail system, before it was discontinued, I guess, close to the end of the 90s. And I don't know really why, because it was a really nice thing, but I think because the tracks were all plastic and there was this little cogwheel, it's called, right? This little wheel following this track, and I think when you use it a lot, it will really start damaging this plastic, and because it's all plastic. So maybe they realized it's not that robust and not that sustainable for a longer time for kids to play with and still work after a while. So yes, but I don't know exactly what's the reason why it was discontinued. Because right now it's a very popular system, this monorail, and especially this airport shuttle, but also in general this monorail system. And yeah, those guys, those girls have to pay a lot of money now to get those sets. I have to be a bit careful here, because if I do something wrong, because the whole purpose with this car is that if you put something inside, it can just fall out again on the bottom. But I guess if I put some bricks wrong, then it gets stuck somewhere, everything. So I have to be a bit focused here. So yes, I think the next train after this set will be the famous 91 Lego train crocodile. But first I will start with the alternative build, and then probably I will also immediately shoot the video for the crocodile itself, the crocodile locomotive, and probably I will release them maybe in a week time, you know, following each other, starting with the alternative build to keep the people excited, you know. So yes, I don't know if this is a nice position of everything, but I'm just trying a bit. I also don't know if these cameras are now. I will keep on changing positions, settings, and everything for a bunch of videos that are still coming, and I will also, because the last videos I was always shooting them after sunset, because in the early videos I had problems with the bright light outside and I had to deal with that. But I think I still want to try again to do something with this. Because it's getting summer and the days getting longer, so I want to be more flexible and just shoot like 3 or 4 videos on a day, and not being affected by the daylight outside. Oh. Yes, I have to be focused. Otherwise the car will start looking different. And then the play function of dropping the goods out of it will not work. I don't know if you can see it, but also the blue has sometimes some coloring issues. The one on this side got a bit yellowish. So it doesn't only happen with white and gray, but also obviously with other colors. And yeah, that's a pity. That's a pity. I don't know if this, this Lego is like 30 years old. I don't know if they improved something about this coloring problem. Decoloring problem. But I'm not sure, because I hear quite a lot of stories on YouTube, on the internet, about that the quality of Lego went backwards, went down. That batches from the same color have a different tone, or there's this issue with brown bricks, which you rarely had in the 90s, by the way. But brown bricks that are just breaking, just out of nothing, with not doing really weird things with it. They just break at some point, and yeah. Yes, and I saw it again, that Lego still has a policy, I think, to return broken bricks, and then I think they just send you a new piece. And as you remember, I had this tiny space ship, which I was building a couple of videos ago, and it was like a bent piece brick. So yes, I still want to try to see if they will replace it still, even if it's when it's such an old piece, you know. And for sure, I don't have the receipt anymore. So for sure not. That's ages ago, and probably it was also like a birthday present or something. So it's starting to look like a real freight wagon. like a hopper car. I'm not sure if the hopper car is an American thing or that the English also call it hopper car. I had to do a bit research before. I didn't do it, I'm sorry. I could have known this kind of facts already before. And then there's the next piece, maybe missing, or maybe not. Okay. There's not so much on my table anymore, so now it really looks like it's missing. This one is missing. So, okay, that's a pity. Well, let's continue, and then on maybe before I finish the video, I can still find it in my boxes somewhere, or not, and then it's just staying a bit incomplete. Yeah, that's just how it is. But it's a bit annoying. I'm checking this and then I didn't check it really. I was not focused. This is my problem sometimes. I'm doing something and then I'm not focused. And then, you know, I was checking the bricks, but I'm checking if everything was complete, but same time thinking about other stuff. Yeah. That's a bit a general problem I have. Being distracted quite easy. So, the car is quite finished. Yeah, it's a nice one. So, and now there's a last step. I didn't introduce this one yet, but there's like it's a piece of plastic, and it's where I stored all the stickers after I took them off from the bricks before washing the bricks. And I mean, they're not in the perfect shape anymore, these stickers, but I'll still try to put them on it. I have a little knife here. I realized this helps if you before scratch off a bit the dust. And then so one is here. Yes, you've seen that's really the problem. I guess this is a bit in the middle. This is really the problem. I don't know if you can see it, but you put those stickers and then they are mostly just a bit too big to cover only one brick, so they're covering the next brick. And yeah, this is just like, I think this would just be so nice if more of those stickers would have been prints on the bricks, because then probably still they would look great. And yeah, but it didn't happen like that. And now I'm assuming that the other one is kind of mirrored. If you turn the car, that's just what I'm assuming. So yes, this is not, this is not perfect, but it still looks fine. From a distance it looks fine. When I go closer to the camera, you probably see clearly it's a bit like an older sticker. So I take a little second. So it took me only less than a minute to find the other letter, and so we can connect it here on this side also. Come on. Of course, that's a bit difficult when you still want to get it on it, but not following the instructions. Okay. So now we have it complete. The letters on it, stickers are on it. Yes, by the way, this is way more to go for the different sets I have. A lot of stickers. I have no idea to which sets they belong, but I will just make sure that especially with the bigger sets, that it's always there, this sheet, this plastic sheet, and then I can just take the stickers that are needed. All right. Oh yes, I have this, of course. Then I can hold it on the track in front of the camera. And yeah, this is how it looks like. And yeah. I'm thinking about how I can show this now, because that's actually a system. This we don't need. So it works like this. I have to point it to the camera nicely. Like this. It's like the more cameras I have, the more I have to check around if it's nice. Most compositions. I think this is nice. So what you do is like you take those, and I'm sure they will roll over the place when I do that. No, I'm not going to find that one. So we have one lesser again. And I was taking so much time to put them down there in this little platform thing. Okay, maybe I should do a snap again with my finger, because now there's like too much on the floor, too less in the car. Okay, this time I needed a bit more time, because these little things, they roll everywhere. But I found all the 3 of them. They go in a box. They go in the wagon, which is a bit similar to a box, but then on the wheels. So, and I understand more and more the purpose of this little platform, because then if you drop it there, then it will maybe not roll off the table again. So let's give it a try. I guess you have to, like they do in the real world, someone is just hitting on it and then they all fall out. Ah! They all so anyway, so that's the system of dropping out this the goods, the sand, the grain, the stones. In this case, just around Lego bricks. So there we have it, the blue hopper car from '91. Yes, this was another build, a Lego train. We're going to do much more of them. Very soon the Lego crocodile, and then yeah, and also maybe the airport shuttle monorail. I want to do that also quite soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It's very important for my channel to grow. And hope to see you soon in the next video. Goodbye. Als hij kon toveren, kwam alles voor elkaar. Als hij kon toveren, was niemand te sigaar. Als hij kon toveren, kon toveren, kon toveren, kon toveren, dan hielden alle mensen van elkaar. Do 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 do.